everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Hope you guys are doing good today. How are y'all? Hi, hi, hi. Oh, I hope you guys are doing fantastic. I am also doing pretty well. I just got off of work, so we're getting right back into it. Guys, love work, but also work long. Work is long. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello. All right, so we've got a lot of things on the list today. Actually, not really a lot of things, but you know, we'll see how the night takes us. We'll see. Last thing that we did was, oh God. Can't believe I forgot. Oh, we talked to Fiore about like the Master of Coin stuff and Catherine's Bakery and shit. Oh goodness, let me look at my little thingy. We had a conversation with Vela. We got to get to know her more and stuff, which was really nice. We're trying to get the Council of Ash to meet on Saturday. And that's really it. And we talked to Kyron. Actually, Kyron kinda confessed that Mayrin has been mentally taxing on them. And that Kyron might like Ophelia. So, ooh, the spice. All right, everyone. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. All right. Let me grab this. Hi, everyone. We're starting here because I need to go to the city.
Realm for like
Hello. Hello.
half the week.
Your Highness.
Your Highness. I did not expect that. They need to find a new hangout spot. They can't just be at the Waystone. They can't just be there. It makes things awkward for me. All right, let me put this meat in here. Oh, shoot. All right, so got a lot of stuff. Bacon goes in here. Mutton can go in here, and then minced meat here. Hot pot meat, gross. Okay, well, now I could take my backpack off and it won't ruin the look. Amazing. Oh, hello, Jason. Hope you're doing well. All right, well, let me see. I need to... Hello, hi, vessel. I was wondering if you're still available for a meeting to discuss our kingdom ties. I can be... Okay. Goodbye, Jason. Enjoy your time. Wonder what they're talking about. Need to... You know what? I'll just go the long way back to the fortress. Hope they're all doing well. Glad to see that Reyna is more in the Nether. I don't know why it bothers me when other citizens are not in their home realm very much. But I also understand that she lost her brother. So she needed to seek comfort elsewhere. I thought that Kyron and her were good friends, though. So I am a little confused about that, I think. I'm not quite sure. All right. I have made no progress on the throne room. It is going to be quite the build. I also need to grab more sincerity. Is there preferred meeting grounds? I do not mind where, just somewhere private. I will bring along my high priestess and captain. To where you deem best. All right. While she's doing all that, I'm going to see if I have any mail that I can open up. All right. Let me fly on over here. Hello, Ember. Hello, Salt. Week 4 letter for sweets. Oh, Amelia. That is something that I need to speak more on about. I want to get the council's opinion on it, but I also want Captain Rexar's to... Maybe if Arlo is at the meeting, then he could pull Arlo aside and speak to Arlo about it. That could be preferred. Oh, a slice of pudding. Into the dresser it goes. A bit late this week, but this is the menu. Braided bread, baguette, pudding, glowberry custard. Ooh. Glowberry custard is something that I have not made yet that I really want to make. And I want to rename it in my brunch thing to mimosas because it kind of looks like it. And now that I'm saying that, I feel like I need to show you. Glowberry. Am I blind? Here it is. Kind of looks like a mimosa. Sounds perfect. I will gather my court and meet you there. I would like you to escort Helia and I to the overworld castle. We have a meeting with the high vessel to talk about the embassy and other things. Message. He was quick with it. Helia, the high vessel. Oh, God. Oh, I can't type. Is ready for us at the castle for that meeting I talked to you about earlier last week. Please meet me at the Fortress Waystone. I will meet you at the Fortress Waystone then. Okay, well, I opened up one piece of mail. Think I may have already seen him here. Seems that he always wears his elytra nowadays. Yeah, you get out of here. Captain.
Your Radiance.
Helia is on her way here, and then we will go to the castle.
Fantastic.
If Captain Arlo happens to be there, would you mind... I don't know if it is something that we should bring up in front of the High Vessel to do with the portal found under Amelia's base.
Underneath Amelia's, yes.
Yes.
I had considered that already. I
Mm-hmm.
would love to speak with him about it if he's there. If not, I can escort Balefire aside. Although I am not sure either one of them would keep it a secret from the High Vessel.
Then perhaps
Still-
we just say it at the meeting then.
Fair enough. I must say, I didn't find anything inside of Amelia's house to indicate that she had been to the Nether. I
You went through her
took the
things.
liberty. Well,
Fairness.
Helia, to get you
Helia.
caught up to speed, should I make her aware of the portal?
Yes, she is our high priestess.
Portal.
There was a Nether portal discovered underneath Amelia's house.
Weren't we
The
just
Flower
there?
Spirit. We were. It's a bit further down. It's actually not there anymore at all, but it was. I broke it when it was discovered. Anyway, I was just simply saying that I took the liberty of checking through her chests. I didn't move anything or touch anything. I just opened them up to peek, and it didn't seem as though she had been to the Nether. Pretty much ever. I couldn't find... I saw a bit of glowstone dust, and that was it. Some potion materials.
And
I sold her blaze rods, but she did not collect them herself. I collected them for her.
Yeah, it wasn't like she had stacks of netherrack like somebody who had been mining.
cold
in,
and
you know,
wet.
it was-
Well, here goes my
was just a
plan to
few
woo
things here
her.
and
Well, I did speak to the Fiore, and she mentioned that she was quite close to Amelia. And if someone like Fiore can vouch for her, then I just don't know what to make of it. We'll probably talk to the High Vessel about it. Do want to make you aware the High Vessel has informed me that it is currently snowing there, so be prepared. Let's head to the castle.
Falling out of the world. There we go.
Oh,
Oh, it's
Snowing
thunder.
and
We can sleep
thundering?
through it.
Storming.
I
I
see.
wonder if I can get.
Oh.
Ophelia.
Ophelia,
Hello.
how are you doing?
Okay.
I'm good. A lot on my mind, but otherwise,
Maybe?
day by day.
It's
I
8
completely
players, that's
understand.
insane.
If you ever wish to speak more cordially, I would be delighted to hear what is on your mind.
Well, it's more patient stuff, which is kind of a little confidential, but I can always, you know,
Having a party over here.
there's more.
Okay.
I have more to talk
Hello,
about as
Vincent.
well.
We're trying.
Oh, holding off sleeping.
I do not bring a bed with me. Perhaps I should go back to the Nether. I
Would
will.
you like one?
No, go ahead and sleep. I'll be right back. I'll just wait here. Oh wait, why am I going so far? Is it okay for me to come back now? Someone say yes, please. Oh, and everyone is here.
Indeed, they are.
Arlo?
It's good to see you all. Balefire, High Vessel, Arlo, of course.
You look ravishing. High Vessel.
As to you.
Thank you.
Do you guys want? I can lead us to the tower.
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Seeing her dress made me actually pause for a moment. I know that she is quite beautiful, but I did not know she had much to show.
Safer for us to be up here.
Live in the dream. Live in the dream.
Well, I guess, it has been quite a long time since I've been here. I think the last time was planning a trial by combat.
Believe so. We don't use this tower a lot.
Well, I'm glad to help make use of it.
Yeah.
So,
Now that the weather's cleared, it's nicer out here.
yes, I was kind of hoping for snow, but I see the snow on the ground, so I guess I will take that.
Yeah.
Whoa, thank
I
you
don't
for the gift
want the snow to
memberships!
hurt you.
Oh, no. I think things that are beautiful are worth hurting for.
Okay, very well said.
Well, let's get on with it, shall we? I know we are both very busy women, and I do not wish to take up much of your time. I know we had spoken about talking about the embassy plan, and I had a few things that afterwards I would like to bring up that could help strengthen our ties.
Okay. Would you like a private meeting room or?
Yes, I think that would be best.
Okay.
Guys, I'm so fucking
And
nervous.
it's
What if
just
she says
going to
no?
be 1, 2, 3, I believe.
What if she literally says no and then I have to go back and be like, okay. He had missive me asking if he can join.
Of course. Welcome in.
So, Balefire, please do talk about the embassy first. My other ideas are still ideas, and I need a moment to collect them.
As far as the embassies goes, I don't have, too much of a plan. All I know is that it would strengthen relations. It's good for the public eye to see something physical to look at whenever it comes to relations between other kingdoms. And it would also, contain things like this, meeting rooms, beds for you all to use if you're here. Things like that. I don't have too much of a plan for it as of right now.
I see. So you would be asking for a plot of land in our city, and we would gain a plot of land here.
Yes.
And there would be no money coming into these buildings, correct?
Not that I would be aware of, unless you had other ideas for them.
No, if it is something for the stay in the realms, I think it shouldn't be a place for trade. I think it should just be a building where it is neutral grounds for both parties.
I agree.
Helia, do you have any questions to ask Balefire?
Would there be any monetary compensation for staying in said embassies, or no?
No, the embassies would be free for the Netherian court to use.
And I assume that goes both ways.
If that is something you guys would allow. I will not impose any laws from the Netherian side.
You mentioned the Netherian royal court. Would this embassy in the overworld be open to all Netherians?
I feel like that's more of a question for the High Vessel rather than me. That's, I believe, falls more under her purview.
In my opinion, I think that an embassy stands for giving a piece of land that your citizens feel the most comfortable in here. it gives them a piece of home, so to speak. So I don't, unless it was a matter of legality, see why there would need to be a restriction on citizens.
Mm-hmm.
It is potential that there could be
Guys, I don't know what the fuck to
maybe
do.
a
Do I just
specific
say
floor
shit?
that is only accessed through the royal court. But I would love to see it be, like I said, a slice of home for the foreign citizens.
I wholeheartedly agree, from both sides. I know that grass may not be as bright in the Nether, but we can put some down.
Yeah. Well, just because it's not the same color doesn't mean that it's not just as healthy.
That is quite true.
To be fair, most of our grass is quite mushroomy.
Yes.
Fungal.
Indeed.
Well, I think that shows that your fungal mages are thriving.
Indeed they are.
I'm very happy for that. They've had a long history and with suppression, and I am glad that the Nether is thriving. Also, fungi really do spread a lot. It
They
is
do.
quite it is needs to be
Yes.
managed maybe a little bit.
I will take note of fast-acting fungus.
Well, then I see no quarrels with it, Bellfire. If you would like to write up a document to propose the entire idea, then I would be willing to hear it.
Of course.
Wonderful.
Shall I send it to you in the mail, or shall I send it to someone else?
I worry about the mail, and with it being more sensitive material, perhaps either being handed off to the High Priestess or the Captain would suffice. If I'm not
Understood.
available, of course.
Of course.
Well, I believe... Is that all that you had on the embassy matter?
It's all from my side.
As far as embassies go, that covers what I would have had question-wise.
Nothing here. I'm very excited about the prospect personally.
I am as
I-
well.
I would like to ask, how is Fiore adjusting to dual citizenship?
Honestly, it seems that she's adjusting quite well. She's had a few questions, but she's been somewhat of a rule follower. She's taken very kindly to our traditions and our culture. And I hope to see her continue to thrive. And we haven't run into any jellyfish problems or any wither attacks, so I just hope to keep her safe.
Of course, I think that speaks volumes in and of itself, that we are capable of providing dual citizenship and have thriving individuals taking the step forward.
She's honestly done quite a lot for me as Master of Coin. I have too many things to thank her for, and not enough time.
I'm glad to hear that, though.
Well, Rexaurus, do you want to inform the captain and high vessel of the matter that we had spoken about
Absolutely.
earlier? Okay.
So, although the realms are, of course, open again, the Nether still has laws pertaining to how you build portals and enter the realm. We prefer using either the overworld portal or the waystone in front of the castle if you are in a hurry. We discovered, unfortunately,
Fuck, I probably should have said the political thing first. The
Nether
marriage
portal
stuff
underneath
first.
Amelia's house.
Oh,
It's broken now, and I haven't had the chance to speak with her on the matter, but it is technically a breach of Nether law.
okay.
I don't know if Amelia is the culprit, I would like your permission to conduct a full investigation, or at the very least, have an investigation conducted on your side and share your findings with me.
Of course. We've been experiencing a wild outcropping of portals to both the end and to the Nether, so it's definitely something that I want to get to the bottom of.
Yes, I have met Amelia, and I do not think that she would have done something like this with malicious intent. At least I do not hope so. I think it would crush any hope I had for cheerful individuals.
She is quite bubbly and outgoing, so it would surprise me to find that she was hiding secrets of this nature. But
Me too.
you never know sometimes.
I believe that... first of all, who was it that found the portal?
The portal was found on the Netherian side by the Lady-in-Waiting, Vela Sundancer. It was nearby her house.
Oh.
Due to the dilation between the overworld and the Nether, many portals are not far from Xerath if they are discovered on our side.
Okay. Well, that at least gives me a scope of kind of what to look out for. I would love to extend the opportunity to potentially do this investigation as a united front. You have information that we don't necessarily have, with Vela being the one that has discovered it, and it is one of my citizens, so I feel like I can speak on behalf of potentially understanding personalities and making sure things aren't taken out of context, I guess, to some degree, if you would be okay with that.
I would be more than happy to work with Captain Undergrove.
Beautiful.
Was the portal just in a cave, or was it like in a built area under her house?
It was in a cave below her house. With Banshee phantomizing powers, I discovered a staircase down, and the area was very well lit. I followed the caves for a while to see if I could determine any other connections. There was one. It opened up right next to Fifi's camp, the one by Amelia's house. So there is also that connection, and the light, you know, the torches and such, did continue into that opening. So
it
Gotcha.
looked inhabited, would be...
well explored at the very
Okay.
least. So it's
Somebody knows it's there. That's not
indeed.
just... Okay.
It's quite possible that people had been, you know, going to that area on their own.
Okay.
Well,
That is pretty much all in terms of what we've discovered. But I would, as I said, be more than happy to conduct a dual investigation.
Okay. That works for me.
I believe that works for us as well. Speaking of united, I know that this meeting is about strengthening ties. Is there anything that you have an idea for that could bring the overworld and Nether together? If not, I have a few of my own. Well, just one, to be completely frank.
I don't know that I necessarily have ideas, but I do wish to encourage and foster how close our captains are. I would like to also encourage Helia and Bellfire, potentially, to continue to work together. And us to work together. Meetings like this, of course.
Yes. Well, then I will just get to it then. I have been thinking about this for perhaps a cycle or two. I was racking around my brain exactly how we could strengthen alliances. The embassy is a very good start. However, for the safety of our kingdoms, I was thinking of something more permanent, more solid. An embassy is great, but it could be torn down. However, a tie of relations can't be so easily ripped away.
I agree.
I know you have your heir, Paige, and I have my heirs. However, Chiron is currently involved with someone, and it would not feel right for me to offer them up in a sort of sense to perhaps marry Paige. However, I am seeing no one, and I think that it could be a good idea. I know we have not known each other for very long, but I can't help but smile when I'm around you, and it feels quite easy to speak with you. And I know that there is no relationship there yet. However, I know that not all marriages are that. So I am proposing a political marriage between the Nether and the Overworld, between us, if that is something that you are interested in.
I think in the situation that we are currently both in, trying to garner and keep peace with some of the things going on, especially in my own realm, I don't see a downside to that currently.
Please do think on it. If you said no, it would not hurt any relationship that we have already begun to have now. I only bring it up as an idea, something that is more stable.
Right. It's something I will take some time on, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I don't know how much you know about what is currently going on with Lord Page, but
No.
there has been some things going on that worry me about bringing you closer to me in any way. I don't want to put you in danger. As it stands, Paige is under a curse that encourages her to want to kill me. And I would
What a
hate for
curse.
something... Yeah, I would hate for something to happen and for you to get caught in the crossfire. I would never forgive myself.
I completely
But
understand.
I do think that we would be stronger together. So, there's two sides to consider, I suppose.
Well, take all the time you need to consider it.
Of course.
I don't know exactly what I think. I've just asked you to politically marry me, so now I am
Yes.
quite lost with my words.
Well, I mean, you did a good job doing so.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I hate that we're in a precarious enough situation where I can't give a straight out answer. I don't want to see you get hurt. Ever. I know that we've spoken briefly about how we're not anything potentially, but I do care for you.
I care for you as well. I would not want to step into this not already having a good friendship with the person that I would be with for the rest of my days. Honestly, I am glad.
I feel like I've dropped an anchor into your lap. I'm so sorry.
No, it is quite fine. I feel like I've done the same to you. That's why I wanted to reassure you that if it is a no, it is completely okay. I understand that we have only known each other for 2 cycles, and I don't know if you're interested in anyone, so that could also change things. I would not want to come between you and someone.
Right. Feelings are hard for me. I can tell you that much.
I will join you on that boat. It is quite hard for me as well.
I once let somebody into my life that made letting people in after them difficult.
Completely understand.
And I'm working on it. So, even if we were to be politically married, I would want to be supportive. And I don't want to be a monster. That book that we found in Arcanic shook me a little bit.
I completely understand, and that is what I wish as well. I want to help support you. I want to make sure that you're doing well. If you need anything, I would be right there for you. I want to be that person for you.
I think it's a good idea.
We can wait until this Lord Willowbeak matter is more settled, but I am happy to hear you like the idea.
There is something else that I need to potentially inform you of before we get too far down the line of intertwining ourselves, so that you might have the opportunity to walk away before you get in too deep.
All right.
Bellfire?
Is it the
Yes.
stuff we talked about before?
Yes. Jump rope.
Jump rope. Okay.
Yes.
Jump rope.
Yeah, jump rope.
What rope are we jumping?
You're about to find out. I am not who I say I am. Obviously, everyone here knows that I am the advisor. But my name is not Balefire. My true name is Zeroth. And I don't want to go too into detail because that'd be a long story. But I am the creator of the Skulk. I have been alive for well over 1,000 years, unfortunately. And I might have a way to help Helia. But it's also fairly dangerous.
How?
I have remembered from a long, long time ago that I
What the
can help
fuck?
stop infections from inside the body with Skulk. But the only way for me to do that is to insert it directly inside of you, which would be a surgery that Ophelia would do. But I understand that that is a scary prospect, and if I am going to be sticking my hand in your guts, you should be able to see all of mine as well. For you two, hi lady, captain, as I said, I am over 1,000 years old, and to stay alive,
That's why he looks like that.
rather than just being a wisp, I jump into dead bodies that have died recently.
Oh
Unfortunately, there is no way
What?
for me to ask them, because they have already died. But the body I am currently inhabiting is, and I'm assuming you will know the name, is Balefire Misrael. A noble and a very awful person. I am not sure if either of you know what
We
he
are
has
aware
done.
of the family name, yes.
I am not.
The Misrael family was the master of coin at one point or another in the Nether. Unfortunately, they all went missing.
Before the Devereaux, then.
Correct.
Yes.
I did not realize that's who this body was when I grabbed it. It was already a day or two old when I grabbed it. The Balefire was shot by a ghast. That's why there's a hole in the chest. To say I am quote-unquote immortal would be incorrect. Any body I can inhabit can die, and probably will eventually. My goal is only to find something that was stolen from me, and with that, I have the capability of dying properly. But as I said, if I'm going to stick my hand inside of you, you should be able to know everything that I am.
Damn right.
So what are you doing here? You're over 1,000 years old. Why haven't you died already?
What is it you're missing that you need in order to truly die?
The very first Warden heart, that was my heart. It was stolen from me via magical procedure, and I've been trying to find it for a very long time. Once I am able to find it, I will have the capability of dying like a normal person.
Did someone put a curse on you?
It is perhaps a curse. I am not sure of the logistics behind it. I understand if what I'm saying is not to be believed. It is quite far-fetched.
It is.
I know that hearing a lot of this can rattle the nerves a little bit, a lot. But I also know that even in our brief time, you know me better than anyone probably ever has ever known me. And I can say with absolute certainty that Balefire and Arlo are some of the people that I trust my absolute life with. And I know that if we can do anything to save Helia, that I would want to walk into that completely honestly. And if you are to tie anything with me, you deserve to have the choice of transparency before you do so.
I appreciate the transparency. It...
Of course.
So you would stick your hand in Helia?
It would be Ophelia would create a wound. He would do the surgery, and I would essentially inject Scald within her.
And we can't get
And
this
then-
from a skulk sensor, something that we
No,
can predict.
unfortunately, no.
It is something we will need to speak about. Our court and I.
Understand?
Of course. Both matters of marriage and surgery, so to speak. You are walking out on to a cliff above an ocean and asking the ocean to catch you. As far as trust goes. And I think that without those matters of trust between both of us, we, even politically, would not be able to move forward.
Is this worth it
I
anymore?
think that we are capable of helping Helia. We are capable of helping each other. Just like you told me, I'm not asking for decisions immediately.
Mhm.
I think we would probably both need some space to debrief, but I do think it emphasizes that we would be stronger together.
Yes. I do believe that. And I hope to believe that. But as you said, we will need some time to debrief.
Of course.
And I do apologize for bringing this on you in such a way.
It is quite fine. I'm glad to know the information rather than finding out many cycles later.
Of course.
I do have a quick point of clarification, if you don't mind.
Mhm.
If you were the creator of the skulk, does that not make you the great grandfather, with a lot more of those greats in there, of both the High Vessel and Arlo?
Not quite, no.
I
Not all
can't
three.
claim to be familiar with the origin story of the Shrieklings, but you are of the skulk, are you not?
The reason that the overworld holds the title of Vessel is because Shrieklings were created for the original to have bodies. And it is a
Flame forbid.
species that thrived after the fact.
How do
I
I
would
know
like to
she's
point
not
out,
trying to take... How do I know he's not trying to take her?
While I created the skulk, it evolved much more on its own than I ever predicted. I didn't realize it would have such defense mechanisms like the Warden.
It's a living thing, just like mushrooms or flowers or the flame,
Skulk
I
is a-
suppose.
Skulk is a cave vine, is all it is, truly.
Mm-hmm.
How can I trust that you truly wish to die? That you won't just try to snatch up Lenora's body?
There's never been once where I have been a royal Not that you can exactly prove that, but even though I've been alive for so long, I do still hold integrity. I have no way of proof of my claims, unfortunately enough, but my only wish is to be able to grow old and die with the people I care about.
Are you currently seeing somebody, Balefire?
Hmm?
Are you currently seeing somebody?
I am.
Is there somebody worth dying for?
Yes, there is, unfortunately enough. I am currently seeing Ophelia.
I knew it. Sorry.
Kyron!
die for her?
Kyron!
Without a second thought.
I'll hold you to that.
Hold myself to it.
I admit I sensed nothing. I just knew from the times that we talked about. But I didn't know that it was going. You know, it's there. Congratulations,
It's a fairly
my
recent
friend.
thing. Thank you.
Well, I guess I have a lot to think about. Once again, I appreciate you being transparent with us.
Of course. I do hope that even if things do not go down the line of political ties, as we have discussed, that there is enough repertoire that this won't be spread around.
No. It'll stay between us three, and we will discuss it, just the three of us.
Indeed.
Thank
That
you.
is much appreciated.
And regardless of whether we end up together, so to speak, I would like to find a way to help Helia if we can.
Thank you, Ivys.
Of course.
Well, that was all I had to bring to the meeting. Is there anything else you'd wish to say?
That was a doozy of a meeting. I'm not I'm not sure that I could say more if I tried.
I understand. You may want to cover your wound, though, if you do not wish for people to speculate.
The only reason I had it open was because I didn't wish to be recognized as Balefire.
Ah.
Well,
That is...
I'll be
It
honest,
is-
we
smart.
couldn't recognize even with just the face, so...
Yeah,
You
we
were
we never met the
very
bloke. He was
Okay, that's good.
before our time.
Well, he only died 5 years ago. so-
Yes, I believe he was a family member. I don't remember
Oh.
much of the Misreal.
It was before my time. I've been out of Zereth for 14 years.
Fair enough.
Perhaps his mother or father were around the fortress for a while when I was a kid, but I would never have recognized your face.
It was lovely to see you, High Vessel.
Of course, it was lovely to see you as well. Hopefully we don't scare you much.
No.
It's alright. We have fungal mages in the Nether, and they are not too different in that way, I would imagine.
I could see that.
Yes, there is a snake wither that likes to crawl around the Nether, so I think that's probably the scariest thing that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
That's
They are
fair. That
quite
sounds
scary.
terrifying.
The hydrogen jellyfish as well. They can take down even
They
the
are
most
beautiful.
seasoned
What
of
do you
soldiers.
mean?
Beautiful things can be quite deadly, your radiance.
Think we know that.
That's why roses have thorns.
True.
Gotta keep your hands off
All
of
right.
the roses.
Well, are we ready to go?
Yeah.
Is there anything you wish to speak more with Bellfire about?
Nope, I have heard enough. I cannot take any more.
Okay,
My apologies.
Safe travels.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Very well.
Well, let's get back to the fortress.
Mm-hmm.
How did I not notice that?
I don't know
What
if it
is
was
this?
Tower?
Yes, what is this?
Looks like a clock tower to
there.
me.
Lucettes making it down there actively, so...
Oh, I see. Wasn't Lucette just the other day making a stone platform?
Yeah, I guess she builds a lot.
Stone platform?
Yes, it was
Yeah, just
making
in the
up an
water.
entire island.
An island?
Yes. I guess we could meet in the war room.
Indeed.
Totally know where that is.
Just follow us. Holy shit. I'm going to make us a private meeting room.
Of course.
Well, I do not believe, as you said, that you've been here before. This is where we would plan our next attack. It was the council room first, and then it turned into the war room during the war.
Oh. It's elaborate.
Yes.
It is. It's quite beautiful, and it sees very little use these days. I am excited that the Council of Ash will be resuming activities.
I am as well.
For
Well,
the first time in almost 100 years.
there's quite a lot of things in here that is obstructing my view if I sat down.
Would you like me to get rid of this stuff here? Yeah.
Just
take-
a little
take
bit.
drink.
Please, do
You
sit
might
down.
need one.
Yes, Well, as soon as you sit down, Rexaurus. So, Bellfire has been lying about his age. He's over 1,000 years old. And his name's not even really Bellfire. I didn't even get to ask him his name. Does he have a name?
Didn't he say it?
I did not
I
hear. I
don't know
honestly
if he
wasn't
did.
quite was very shocked.
Well,
What do you think, Helia? This does concern you more, as it would be, I guess, the essence of him going inside of your veins?
mm-hmm.
Is it something you're even interested in?
Frankly, Your Highness, for the first time in a long time, I am at a loss for words of what I feel.
Quite understandable. I have the same sentiment.
I would be remiss if I did not mention that injection of a Nether Star's essence caused regeneration of cells at too quick of a pace that subjected a pig to suffocating from its
And
own skin
bloating.
over bloating,
Yes.
which is
Terrifying.
Quite.
And as Balefire himself mentioned, he did not know that the skulk would grow into what it has grown into. So how can we know that injecting this living thing into your body is going to do anything but kill you?
Don't know.
Perhaps Ophelia, since they are now courting one another, can maybe take a vial of his blood, a vial of the skulk, something, and maybe find a way to test it, just so it isn't toxic to you.
Ophelia did mention that she and Balefire had gone to the deeper dark day, actually, to test such a thing. They took the wither essence down with them, and apparently it yielded results that were not negative, from what I understand.
I see. I think I wish to speak to Ophelia. If you decide to go through with it, I would like to be there when you discuss it with her.
Of course. My fear is that I don't have much time left to decide.
I understand. Whatever decision you make, the Crown will support you.
Thank you.
However, if things go wrong and something bad happens, I hope you know that we will be putting the safety of the Netherian citizens ahead.
The kingdom comes first.
Thank you.
I just don't want to turn into one of those things.
And you won't. You'll still be a human. Well, not human, fiery, but you understand what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
You will still be you.
Hope so.
I must admit, it is strange to me that the High Vessel is aware of this affliction of Paige's, and yet Paige is, so far as I can tell, allowed to do as she wishes.
How is Paige not in the dungeons?
I don't know.
I guess it shows to the High Vessel's strength and her confidence in herself that Paige wouldn't be able to do anything to her.
For what it's worth, I have sparred with Paige, and well, frankly, it shows that she did not fight in the war. That is all I will say on the matter.
I see. Well, then... goodness. I am glad that she had told me. This does give me some things to think about, because how do we know that he truly wants to die? And I know, Captain, you sent me a missive saying that his character seems to be trustworthy. However, I don't know him as well as perhaps the both of you do. I've only had short interactions with him, and he can be quite standoffish and to himself, and that could be seen as plotting.
I agree wholeheartedly. The man says that he's an open book, but then he's about as open as a chained, padlocked, and blood-sealed tome of dark magic.
Mm-hmm.
That was the most open I've ever seen him.
believe him to be sincere. That said, sincerity does not mean that one is being altruistic. He could be a good liar, that's always a possibility. But it's also just as possible that searching for his heart is just instinctual. It's all that he can feel because he doesn't have it. I mean, I can't say what I would feel like if I didn't have a heart, but I'm sure if I was still alive, I would want to find it and reattach it to myself. And I also would be remiss if I didn't connect this to fictitious stories I've heard in the past where losing one's heart can change certain things about you. It's certainly possible that this heart is something that, when reattached to him, will change who he is fundamentally, revert him to a specific self. I don't know. Perhaps my mind wanders because I read too often, but it just feels weird, incomplete somehow. Like we don't have the whole story still, despite all his talking.
You read too often, then I certainly do. It could be possible that, yes, he's still withholding information, and that is something to be concerned over.
Then I think we approach this carefully. We try our best
Indeed.
not to, I guess, candid with him. I don't trust him fully, especially after this, to be as carefree as perhaps we, or just the captain, has been. Not saying you haven't, like, that you've been saying trade secrets or anything, but I just think we should approach him just more carefully.
I will admit, I have been mostly open with Balefire. In the past, when he has requested information from our library, I have always been as accommodating as I can. As I mentioned, I missived you and said that I don't believe that he is insincere, that he's usually a good person and probably has your best interests at heart. I just worry, that's all.
Was there anything else that you both wanted to debrief on?
I think it's worth talking about this with a book while we're all here. I have thoughts, and I am certain that you do as well, Helia.
Indeed. Unfortunately, I left my copy in my safe.
Well, if you would like to use mine for reference, here you are.
Okay.
I would very much like to see if we can find a way to return life to your body rather than fill it with some other living organism. I'm just worried about that.
You and me both. I don't particularly wish to turn into something that I'm not.
So, was there a section that stood out to you?
You mentioned Torchflower. That came to mind when, on page 30 here, it says petals burn. And yet, farther into the book, they've been working with wither roses.
Indeed. it's certainly possible that Petals Burn could be
I'm so tired of
referring
going
to
back and
the
forth. I need to
wither
make this
effect
thing
that
smaller. Fuck it.
wither roses give you when you touch them. Is
find
there
it-
anything? Oh, go ahead.
I find it odd that they did star essence and rose essence back to back. And they had the opposite effect. So what would happen if both of them were together? Or using a minimal amount of rose essence to counteract the bloating and increase cell turnover, star essence.
Perhaps it is something that we can conduct some experiments on. I know where to find some torch flowers. I know where we can get roses. And I know you have a plethora of wither roses. Or at least I would assume you do.
We have enough, certainly. I also... I keep going back to that experiment on page 42. I know that it kills the pig. But I felt that there wasn't enough experimentation on what could be done with the essence of the Nether Star. I will never forget when I handed you one and you said you could feel its warmth while you were holding it in your withered hand. Is that still true? Can you still feel it at all?
Yes.
There has to be something to that. I would like your permission to kill a few more withers tonight and see what I...
Yes.
create tonics, tinctures, lotions, whatever else. Just see what I can do with it.
Yes, I do not mind.
Thank you, Your Radiance. Elia, I would like to work with you on this. You are far more adept at potion making than I am.
Of course.
Thank you.
Do we know if this pig was just a pig? In the sense
I
of nothing
don't know.
afflicting it?
That is
Could
what
have
I
been
was
a-
thinking.
Hoglin as well, which... not that that necessarily would change things. Or it could be one of the... fungal piglins. Oh, what the hell?
Pigeons.
Pigeons? Sorry. Anyway.
Where I'm going with this is that if the pig was in healthy shape and without anything afflicting it, and they just decided to inject it with star essence, and that's why the cells were regenerating so badly, but then I wonder what would happen if they inject it with someone who is withered like I am. If the withering would counteract the insane turnover.
It could. And regenerating your cells at a quick
Faster
rate
rate,
could
yeah.
be exactly what we need to counteract this in the first place.
It's at least a start. It may not completely fix the issue, but it could at least get rid of some of the withering.
I certainly don't want to skip straight to injecting you with anything, though, personally. Whether it be Skulk or Nether Star Essence. I worry we could worsen your condition rather than better it, and then we would be working on an even shorter timeline. Those were my main thoughts. Excuse me. Oh, okay. There we go. Apologies.
Ophelia seemed to believe that a multi-step plan would be best, starting with Skulk to minimize the outward appearance of wither, and then moving to star essence to deal with the internal damage.
So is Ophelia posing that Balefire inserts skulk into you, this skulk eats away at the withering, and then they remove the skulk?
To be fair, the idea of sticking his hand into my guts was Balefire's, and I just learned about this when you did.
Well,
Yeah, that's a pretty
ooh.
crazy idea. I have to... yeah. What were you saying, High Lady?
No, I was just saying, ooh. I just don't like the idea of his hand in your arm, wherever it could be.
He said guts. He did say...
I know he said guts, but that's not
He said guts.
Ooh.
I think so, right? Or stomach,
Mhm.
or something like that, yeah.
He said that if I'm sticking my hand into your guts, you should know mine.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he does not actually have to do that. That sounds horrid.
Indeed.
I
think
certainly
I'd
hope it
rather-
was a... perhaps it
uh,
was a phrasing thing. He was speaking metaphorically. I hope.
Flames, I hope he was. That is not a
Uh,
pleasant thought.
Either way, I know that Ophelia mentioned torch flowers having, what was it?
Sedative.
Sedative properties. Indeed. So, I'd assume you would be under either way. Would you want somebody to be there as your advocate if you do go through
Yes.
with this? Okay.
Don't want to do
I
this
will.
alone.
I will certainly be there for you, Helia.
Thank you.
As will I.
Thank you, High Lady.
Well, is there anything else you would like to discuss, Your Radiance?
I do not think so. I just have a lot to think about.
Very well.
I guess we are adjourned for now. I will speak with you both very soon. What the fuck? So... The spirit of the warden, or whatever he is called? Zeroth, is what Helia, I think, said. I think I'm just flabbergasted right now. I don't know exactly. I do not believe that Balefire should be sticking his hand anywhere near or in Helia. I think speaking with Ophelia, like Helia said, the multiple step plan, perhaps just she could take some skulk essence from Balefire and perhaps maybe instead of injecting her with it, put it on as a cream, something like that. So it would still go into the bloodstream, but it would take a lot longer to actually hurt her. So we would know if there's like any sort of infection, like something. There's got to be another way. And perhaps it's also with the Wither Star. I mean, if she's feeling good with it, then I guess it is really up to Helia at the end of the day. What she chooses to do is her own right. And if she wishes to use Balefire, then that is her choice. May not agree with it, not at all, but goodness. And what am I supposed to think? I don't know. The High Vessel, I just don't know what to make of it. Now, knowing something new about Balefire and knowing that the High Vessel has known, probably this whole time, it's unsettling. But it's crazy. I don't know her. I've only known her for 2 cycles. I would like to think that I know her. From the amount of time that we have spent together, it is apparent that we get along and we have the same ideals. And Rexaurus seems to really trust Balefire, but at least he trusts that Balefire is sincere with wishing to die. And honestly, I would be glad to help him find this heart. All I know is I was quite certain that I wanted to have a political marriage with Lenora. But now that I have just been given a lot to think about. I don't want to say anything, do not wish to make any choices just yet, but yes. Don't know what to make of it right now, but also that Balefire is dating Ophelia? And she knows this? I would assume she knows this. What if she does not know? And she could be with him? Chiron is such a better match. At least Chiron has warmth to their body. They have a heart. They're the age that they say they are. They haven't lied to Ophelia as much as I know. I don't know what to make of it. I truly don't. Oh, from the High Vessel and Fiore. Athena's business idea and proposal. Read first. Hi, Lady Lorynthia. I've had an interesting business proposal come through. Athena, who has arrived to the city recently, is seeking out to start a therapy clinic. I have included her business proposal so you could look over it when you have spare time. I asked what she would do should one of her clients admit to a crime during the session, and she did state that she would either report it to either you or Captain Rexaurus. I do overall think her proposal is well done and benefits the kingdom. Mans needs to tell people. I think he forgets that others can hear it. With that said, I intend to meet with her more as well as speak to those she has been spending time with so I can better judge her character, as she would be receiving a lot of personal information. I do want to ensure she is someone that will not use the information against others, that she can be trusted with said information. If you have spare time on Saturday, I hope to have concluded my field research on what type of person Athena is. She is Elio's cousin, if my memory serves me correctly from my introduction with her, and she also seemed close with Enya, so I plan to start with those two and branch to the others she has met recently. Damn, Fiore is kind of also turning into be a little not a master of coin, a little spy master. Business proposal. Owner, Athena. Therapy clinic, a place for people to get therapy, as well as anonymously leave their problems in a secure location. Proposal. During and after the war, it has become increasingly clear that the people of the Nether are carrying a heavy and often invisible burden. Grief, anger, fear, and a deep lingering sense of exhaustion has settled over many of us, and yet in a place where strength and resilience are prized. Opportunities to safely release those emotions remain scarce. In response to this, I would like to establish a clinic as a sanctuary, a quiet, judgment-free space where individuals can voice their frustrations, fears, and feelings without them being dismissed, judged, or spread beyond those walls. Whether someone wishes to speak openly with me in confidence or remain anonymous, they will be met with care and discretion. For those preferring anonymity, I intend to implement a helpline system of sorts, a secure designated location where written messages can be left accessible to only myself. These messages may contain worries, confessions, or simple thoughts that need a place to land. In return, I will assemble a discreet, regular newsletter addressing common themes, offering advice, coping strategies, and words of reassurance tailored to the struggles being voiced by the Netherian community. Specific situations or submissions will, of course, be omitted. I know what that word is. Don't feel like saying it right now. Or handled tentatively if requested. The goal is to not only offer a way for people to unburden themselves, but to foster quiet solidarity. A reminder that no one is truly alone in what they are carrying, even if they choose to remain unseen. In simple words, with this clinic, I hope to provide a space for healing, reflection, and quiet resistance against the emotional isolation the war has wrought. We have lost much, but we do not lose ourselves. Well, if Fiore does a little bit of research and comes back to me that Athena seems trustworthy, I see no reason to do it. Honestly, if people are dumb enough to give away their secrets to a therapist, then that is their own fault. Do you think it could be useful in a sense, though? I think people do need others to commune with so they feel less alone. But if somebody were to tell Athena then of a crime, then that's just quite dumb, in my opinion. Alright, let me grab this. So, high vessel, confirmation, and a rose. I do not know what to do. Currently, how I am feeling is a little taken aback. However, I feel a stronger urge to protect her. Make sure that she is safe. That Balefire is not secretly plotting to do something behind the scenes and then take her body and then take her power. I could not live with myself if something like that were to happen. I feel as if perhaps she might need me there. I don't know if that's quite true or not, but who has a dog? Unless that's Fiore? Yes, Fiore is awake. I'm gonna go check the logs. I was actually going to send Jura a missive. Oh wait, I went too far. Oh, I do not know where I wish to put it. Oh, that's quite cute. Okay. Yes, I would love to have that painting hung up somewhere in the fortress. Just give me a moment to find a good location, and I will get back to you. Maybe not even the fortress. Maybe somewhere in the city? Maybe my no. It should be somewhere around here. We have this one. Maybe I could have it up here. Somewhere. Lots of windows, I'm noticing. Lots of windows. No. I was thinking, what if I put it in the captain's office? I mean, he doesn't have anything here. Maybe I should get him a portrait. I think I have found the perfect place. Give it to me. I need someone else to be my escort if this is going to work, because he's going to know. I could ask Helia. Maybe I could tell him to stay down there. How do I do this? Because I think this would be quite funny. Some days I know he really does not like me, so when he's like going to his office and brooding and being so stern, he's just gonna look over there and then see my portrait. Quite a suspicious message. I would like you to be my escort while Jura drops off the portrait they had made for me. The location, though, is the prank. Oh, I hope. I hope Helia is able to get away from Rexaris and is able to just run, because I don't wish for what happened last time where I asked Helia to come alone and then Rexaris still came anyways. I wish for this to be an actual prank. I would like it to be a prank. And then perhaps I will move the portrait in the actual throne room itself. But for now, I do not have a location except for my quarters, but I feel like having a portrait of yourself in your own quarters is quite egotistical. Yes, actually, my mother did have a portrait of herself. She also had a portrait of... Actually, am I misremembering? I believe there was a portrait in the family home of my mother, I, and my father, a few years before he died. I see. No worries then. Please do take care of your flame. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Shit! Who else can I do? I guess I could ask Elio. Could also ask... I could ask... No, because Enya... She could be busy. Elio is currently with Fiore. Okay, I gotta do this very secretive. Captain, I would like you to come to the fortress Waystone. Okay, hopefully I can get him to not talk, like, stay with us. Hopefully I can get him to just not... Oh, shit, okay. Oh, Vexaris, I wanted to know how your wither hunting was going.
Oh, it's
Chiron's
done.
online.
I
I need
already have all 6
I need
stars.
Chiron.
I think this is going to be plenty to make all of the possibilities that I was imagining. So, yeah. It should crush up into fine powder. Perhaps I can turn that into a cream. As I mentioned, a tincture, a potion. I'll see what I can do.
Good. I'm glad. I called you here because I just feel very scared for Helia, and I'm not exactly sure. I guess it was all things that we had already spoken about. I guess I am just quite nervous.
As am I. That is why I would like to move forward with this Nether Star treatment. There's no guarantee it'll work, but the beacon and the Nether Stars have, at least from my perspective, given her the most relief in the past few weeks. So I am very much hoping that there is a path there. And if not, then if she decides she would like to move forward with the Skulk, that is up to her. Her prerogative.
Yes, quite.
I will support her either way.
Well, thank you, Captain. I appreciate your words.
Yes, I hope you're not too anxious. I know a lot's been going on.
I should be fine.
You did quite well with the High Vessel. I'm sure she'll say yes, so long as you are okay with the possibility of Lord Willowbeak barking at you.
It is not something that I am unfamiliar with.
Well, is there anything else you needed of me?
No, I am good, thank you.
In that case, I will be returning to Xerath. Let me know if you need an escort.
Will do. you for waking up at the right time. I was quite sad that I was going to have to actually get him to sit there, because I know that would have been hard. He does not like to listen. Oh, I also do not wish to be in their way, but also... Waystone! I'll just be over here. Okay. We'll just wait here. Perhaps I will go and kill the magma slime. Ooh! Kyron gets over here quick. I don't want to leave Jura on red. Oh goodness, I'm so in my head right now that I didn't realize I was broadcasting my voice. Ah! It's crazy. Anyways, I thought that was Skulk. My lord. Oh god, there's Kyron. I could not see you. You do not have your outline. There. Oh. What the Hello?
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 Okay, sorry. The flame was not having it.
Well,
Anyway.
I am glad that you are here. Follow me this... Actually... Yes, follow me this way.
Okay.
So, I need your utmost secretness in this.
Okay.
Jura has reminded me that I have a portrait of myself that I still need to collect. And I thought it would be quite funny to have the captain have that portrait in his office, looking down at him to make sure that he does his work.
Oh, so you want to tease him. Okay, I understand.
Guess that's another word for it, yes.
Okay.
Good.
I'm in, I guess.
Well, then I appreciate you being here. We will need to most likely meet Jura at Zareth. Actually, it is for a royal business. Do you think I should just let her come through?
Why not? What's the harm?
You are very valid. All right. Well, give me just a moment.
I like your outfit.
Thank you. I spoke to the High Vessel today.
Oh, about?
The political marriage.
Oh, what did she give
Well,
an answer?
Not really. She said maybe and that she would like to.
It's
but-
not a no.
It's not a no, but there
That's
are
not a
other
yes.
things that I now need to think about that she has informed me of.
Things like what?
Things like her emotions and other things that she would not tell someone that she was not going to be engaged to.
I see. Oh, usually this was for Rexaris, correct?
Yes.
What's to say he's not gonna go in his office while you're getting this done?
Well, he said that he was going to Zareth.
Okay.
All right. Well, I've let Jura know, and yes, we will have it installed, and that will be it. Have you spoken to Ophelia at all today?
No, I have not. Why?
Just wondering. Oh, Jura.
Your Majesty, Your Highness. I do hope you forgive my intrusion. but I have been holding on to this for quite a while, and, well, it felt rude to have this all to myself.
I completely understand. If you follow me, I will bring you to my office and you can hang it in there.
Oh, of course.
Welcome to the fortress. This has been standing for many centuries.
I see. It's quite beautiful.
Yes, this is the Master of Coins office, and this is my office.
Your office is next to the Master of Coins.
Yes, it is very easy for us to do trades.
I see you have a close working relationship with Fifi, then.
Yes, I very much enjoy her company.
I see. Well, in any case,
I
would be a
was
good place?
thinking perhaps here if possible.
Okay. I'll see what I can do.
I honestly kind of forgot that night was much a haze. Perhaps I drank a little too much, but it was a celebration.
Yes, of course. It was intended to be as such. Is this okay?
Yes,
Oh, there we go. That's actually better than I thought.
that is lovely.
Well,
I'm
Looks
very
very
happy
lovely.
with this. Thank you.
it is no problem, Your Majesty. If you'll forgive me for being so rude, though I did invite you to the sleepover, I didn't have much of a chance to really speak with you, seeing as I was running all over the place, but I do wish to say that I quite admire you, Your Majesty.
Oh. Well, you flatter me. Thank you.
Of course. I did speak a little with Rexaris about it, but I have seen the changes that you have made to your kingdom. And I was told that you have laid those platforms out and above the lava brick by brick. Many rulers wouldn't have even considered doing that for their people.
Thank you. It is very nice to hear that my efforts are seen, even by citizens of other realms.
Of course. I mean, even those I've spoken to, well, I know the bar wasn't very high for your mother, but
Yes, quite.
they think quite fondly of you, from what I've seen.
Thank
So
you.
I believe you are doing a lot of good in this world.
You have made me very happy, Jura. Not only this beautiful painting, but your kind words as well.
Of course. Now, of course, you're probably busy. I do not wish to take more away from your day, but
Oh,
I
it
would
is...
like to speak with you more, if possible.
Yes, that is quite fine with me, honestly. I enjoyed my time at Limbo very much and would be delighted to return.
That is... I am very flattered by your words, Your Majesty.
Of course.
Limbo is very pretty.
Thank you. I did notice that you enjoyed the trees quite a lot.
Oh.
Very
That's
much in
one
your
way to put
element.
it.
I
Yeah.
mean, fungal mage, mushroom trees. It's all the same, I assume.
To an extent.
Of course.
I thought it was fun.
I did as well. I was able to go all the way up in the air and then just bounce on them, which is something we don't have here in the Nether. I'm not very aware of any bouncing trees.
Oh, well, if you ever wish to acquire some, I could always send you some in the mail.
I think you've delighted Kyron.
Where am I gonna put it? I gotta build a whole.
They are
We'll
very
we'll
big.
talk. We'll sleep on. I'll sleep on
We'll
it.
speak about it later.
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, I'm glad. Let me show you back to the Waystone, but I would
Of course.
be very delighted to perhaps share tea or a drink, as that is what you are known for.
Of course, it is my area of expertise. Well, maybe not so much as Lady Graves, but
Oh, I think you put her to shame.
Oh, your Majesty, to make sure she does not hear that.
Oh, well,
She will have my head.
we are amongst trusted individuals, I would assume.
I believe so, yes. In any case, I wish you a lovely evening.
You as well, Jura.
Of course.
So how's your new office?
Well, actually, it's not my office.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
This is going to be very funny. I don't know exactly how it's going to, or how he's going to react, but I can't help but giggle.
Oh, let me grab a glow squidding.
Oh, yes, thank you. Well, this has been quite a productive day. I did not mostly. There were some moments that I enjoyed of my time at Limbo. I do think that, like I had spoken with Vela a few days ago, it's hard to be sincere with those who don't quite understand. Oh no. Well, Kyron's going on an adventure. Like I was saying, it's quite hard to have people understand or not feel a sense of anxiousness when someone of royalty is at a gathering. And I don't fault them for it. I do fault the individuals that were quite a little rude, I guess, is the best word to say it. I definitely had a few rude encounters, but sadly it was with Enderians. I still don't understand. Perhaps it is just that, because Vincent's quite nice. Paulo was very nice. Alma has been quite nice. Kristark is quite nice. Perhaps there are just rude people in this world. And it does not matter exactly where they come from. People are just going to be rude. But I did have one conversation with Olivier. It was very nice to get to know him. And I didn't really even get to know him. We just had a conversation and he talked about sincerity and being lucky to have conversations such as those. And it really opened my eyes up to the lack of sincerity that I show in my conversations, that I lack with other people. And it is something that I don't wish for, but it is something that I also cannot control. I guess in a sense. Sincerity comes with being truthful, and truthful, like with Balefire, can be your downfall.
Never mind, I couldn't find it. None spawned.
Are you sure that we don't have any?
Unless it's in a completely different chest. I don't
What did you
believe
look
so.
in?
The mob drops and then the overworld chest.
Yes, those would be the only ones. That is quite upsetting. And I can't go and fish anymore. I would die.
Oh,
What
oopsies.
Yes?
I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. It's fine. He probably won't even notice.
I'll find more soon, and if by finding more, I mean telling someone to go grab more.
Maybe you could ask the Hiveth.
I think she's got a lot on her plate.
That is true.
Yes.
So you just flat out said let's get married?
Well, we spoke of the embassies, And most likely I am going to agree to that. I think it is something that, I mean, it's not going to be used for money or
behind
political
you.
gains. So, most likely we will do an embassy of sorts.
I see.
And then, yes, it came up afterwards. I said that having a stronger tie based on relations is something that possibly we could look into. And I said how she only knows of one heir currently, and I know you are currently with another, so it left only one option. I felt like perhaps when I was speaking of it, I may have given her the impression that I don't care for her much, which I do. I just did not wish to... We've only known each other for 2 cycles. I did not wish for her to think that I was super in love with her, or assume that she was, like, super in love with me, you know? Because what if she wasn't?
I understand.
And, I mean, I don't think I am. I love the idea of being around her. She makes me feel very calm, and I really like getting to know her, but I've also only known her for 2 cycles. I feel like that is not even enough time to really even know if you love somebody.
I understand. Oh, what did her advisor think of this potential marriage?
To be truthful, he didn't say much. At least not about that.
Okay.
Why? Have you heard different?
No. I was just wondering what the advisor's thoughts would be. It's their job to, advise.
Well, I believe he may have had more things to say if we fully agreed upon it, which we have not. I think we're going to maybe take a week or two to really find out if we want to do it or not.
Of course. There's no rush for it.
No, not really.
You sound very apprehensive about all the...
I have doubts.
Doubts about the hiveness.
Yes. The information that she shared is quite unnerving, and I am not sure where my thoughts linger currently.
May I be privy to this information she has shared with you? If not that, I understand.
It is personal to her, so I would not feel right sharing.
Understood.
I do hope that it does not remain a secret for much longer, though. I think it is something that the people should be aware of.
Maybe you can give her that guidance?
Yes, that is one thing that we spoke about. If we decide not to go through with it, then we will continue to stay friends and work alongside one another and prop each other up.
That's good.
Yes, I think no matter what happens, there will be a good outcome. Well, I must see you later. I might pay someone a visit.
Okay. Be safe.
I will try. It'll mean that I need to go and ask someone for escortation from the end. Is it just End Knights that you need to ask escortation from, or can it be any Endirian citizen?
I've had Rowena escort, so I don't really think it matters.
I see. Well, then thank you for letting me know. I will need to send a missive to Rexars to have him accompany me.
Are you going to the Star Festival?
Yes, I do plan to. Do you not plan to go?
I don't. I don't know. But potentially?
Does it have to do with Mayrin? I understand. Do not let yourself miss out on an opportunity. If you want to go, then I will go with you.
I'll think about it.
Well, I hope to see you there. I heard that there's going to be many booths.
I've seen them. There's a lot.
Oh, really? I have only heard of them, and I've seen the poster. I'm not quite sure what I'm getting myself into when I go.
I don't either. But bring money, because the End loves to tank all of your money.
Oh, really? I see.
They charge 5 emerald.
I know.
Everywhere else is 3.
I do believe that the High Vessel and I should speak about maybe making it more, because people are okay. They are well off now. What?
No, I guess you're right. No, you're right. You're right.
Equality
that
for
means?
all.
That means you're gonna have to up my allowance.
Do you need anything while I'm here?
Actually, no, I'm okay. I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay, well, you could have lied and gotten more money, but I'm glad you're truthful.
Actually.
No, all right, go to your quarters.
No.
No. No! Leave me! Ugh.
Okay.
My goodness. I want to see if perhaps Olivier is available for tea. Olivier. I think that's how you spell it. Let me make sure. Yeah. I know we spoke about having tea, and I was wondering if you'd still be interested in such a conversation. I truly... I could also bring Olivier here, if they so wished. Don't think I have any tea, though, which is kind of an issue. Alright, now I need to be certain that Kyron actually didn't see any of the glow squid, because I feel like they... I knew it! I knew it! I knew they were looking in the wrong place. When they said mob drops, I was like, either they're talking about actual mobs or animals. And they obviously were not talking about the correct thing. That's great. That's so great. I do wish do want to know if I could change. Frame. Netherite. Perfect. I would be very interested in... I hope things have been well since the sleepover. Yes, they have. However, is there a place you'd like to have tea? I am not sure if you are comfortable wandering the Nether. There is a new spot my captain had made that we can sit at. Vexaris?
Your Radiance.
I have sent a missive to Olivier, and he seems quite interested in having tea. However,
In
I
that
have
case-
realized that I don't have tea.
Oh, that's not good.
I have coffee. I have a lot of coffee.
I don't make tea, Your Radiance. I'm so sorry. I don't even know how.
Really?
Really.
I need to send a missive to Enya and see if she has any of that chai tea.
I don't believe Enya is around right now.
She's not awake! Oh, goodness.
However, we could certainly check the hellhole and see what she has.
You know what? That is quite a good idea. I'm going to head to the city. What? I hate him sometimes.
She has the margaritas, and she has mocktail.
She does have a
chai
latte!
tea. The Flames Chai Latte.
Okay.
In that case, we could simply purchase some. Here,
Right.
I will cover them.
Can you also grab a matcha as well? I believe that's tea.
Of course. I've grabbed 4 of each. Would you like the elixirs as well? They look quite delicious.
That is if you wish to grab any.
Certainly. I wish for you and Olivier to have the best time here.
Thank you, Captain.
Of course, Your Radiance.
Perhaps the matcha would be more of an Enderian taste. I can give this to him first.
I believe you are right. It looks to be the most suited to their tastes.
Oh, this is Big Pharma.
Oh, is it?
I think so. I've been there.
That's very nice. Oh, and look at this. Oh, look at these. These pictures are quite nice.
Oh. One of those sky rats.
I suppose she likes them. What about upstairs? Any paintings up here, do you think? No, it doesn't seem so.
Her building is coming along nicely.
Oh, Enya's.
Yes.
Indeed it is. I believe she's almost ready to officially open it to the public. Just one more floor to finish.
I am quite glad. Actually, I was given a new business proposal.
Oh, were you?
Yes, Athena, the newest citizen, wishes to open up a therapy clinic.
A therapy clinic.
Yes.
That's quite funny.
Well, there business proposal was quite endearing, and Fiore plans to take the rest of this week to find out if Athena would be a suitable person to take on the job. Honestly, Fiore's doing a lot of hard work.
Indeed, she is. Speaking of, Miss Rowena Graves would like to purchase a beacon. And since I will be accompanying you, I don't believe I will be able to make this trade, so I may have to missive Fiore and see if she'll be willing to make it for us.
Are you selling to the Enderians? I know we haven't spoken much of it since last time, but...
I believe I will still sell to them. I just won't offer them as good of a deal as I have been offering the Overworld and the Nether.
I understand.
I also will not be advertising on their notice board, but they are still welcome to purchase them.
Well, that is quite kind of you.
As much as I would partially like to be a little petty about it, I wish for the citizens of the End to be safe, more than anything.
Mm-hmm.
We have lost enough people.
I agree. Olivier says that they just need to change their clothes and will be here soon. Oh, we are not going to the End as well. They're coming here.
Oh, are we staying here?
Yes, I thought we could use the garden that you made.
Oh, well, please do be careful. I haven't had the chance to net it yet.
Well, I will not be putting him in the lava.
I am certain you won't. I suppose I should be telling him to be careful. I was speaking with Arlo the other day, just by the waystone here, and I don't even know if it was on purpose, but he smacked me, and he got sent flying.
Oh.
And almost fell into the lava.
Really?
Yeah, he ended up fine, though.
Well,
I believe
I'm
he
glad.
landed right over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was quite close, though, to the lava.
Well, I am glad that we offer fire protection potions.
Yes, that and those ledges that you've built on the platforms. I know that it's how old Zareth was as well, so you had an example to base it off of, but still, it's quite nice what you've done with it.
Thank you. Jura said the same.
Jura? When have you seen Jura?
Oh, she installed a painting for me, the one that she had made for me at my birthday.
Oh, I look forward to seeing it. I
you will
suppose if it's
soon.
in your room. Oh, yeah, okay. Where? No, never mind.
Oh, there he is.
Hello.
Olivier?
My apologies for being a bit late. I was
Oh.
still in my pajamas. I was very distracted, so I
It
needed
is
to change to
quite
something more
fine.
appropriate.
We did not, exchange letters.
No, precisely. Allow me to take care of my toad, and then
Yes.
we can gladly proceed with everything. This? Okay. Alright. Toad is done, and then logging travels. Takes this quickly. Oh, I feel so frazzled.
Oh,
Apologies.
you are quite fine. Was there something you were working on at home?
Well, no, actually. I was in the Overworld because Ophelia had a memory game for us to play, and so I was playing a game of chess with her.
Oh, well, did you win?
No, we did not have a chance to finish our game, but
Oh.
it's pretty evenly tied.
I see. I hope I did not pull you away from her.
She said that it was totally fine, and it was not at all intrusive. I guess when I first was messaging with you, when you asked, I was expecting it perhaps was a future thing. Long story short, I just woke up this morning, and I believed that the sleepover was yesterday, and so now I know that it was not, and so my brain is still a bit waking up, as it were.
I see. No, completely understandable.
So, my apologies for my lack of manners, and I'm speaking very frank right now. My apologies as well. I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable at all. If I
No,
am.
not at all. I honestly think it's very refreshing. Captain.
So, hello, Roxaris.
Hello, nice to see you.
Good to see you as
Would
well.
you have me direct you where to go?
Yes, please.
Follow me.
Well, welcome to Zareth. I know you've been here. I think I saw you once.
I've been here once before. I've seen this is a new area. I do not recognize it.
Yes, this is going to be Catherine and Lila's bakery.
Oh, very cool.
Yes. Over there is the greenhouse. It has many fruits and vegetables from each of the realms.
Oh, that's cool.
And this is the area that Rexars has been making.
Oh, nice. It's got a lot of light.
Yes.
Indeed it does. The willow torches are lovely in my opinion.
I agree. They're like little sunballs.
Yes.
Indeed they are.
Well, if you'd like to sit here, I think this is probably the best area that we have.
Oh, of course. I would love to. Is Rexaris joining us to talk, or are you simply here on duty?
I am simply here to ensure everybody is kept safe.
If
Please.
you
And
wish
ignore
to
me.
speak with us, I would not mind.
Oh. Yeah,
It's a friendly
I'll join
chat.
in
I would
then.
assume, it is not.
Yes,
you
it
know,
is a
and
friendly
besides,
chat.
You are a friend of mine, so why would we not?
Oh, well,
Oh, it's banging me in the head.
yes,
it
you
is
may
lovely.
need to trim these.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, right,
this is
that's
from the
fair.
Hellhole. It is a matcha.
that is so cool. It looks so. I like the colors on it.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry
sorry.
about that.
There you are.
Just wanted to trim it back one. See if I can put this back.
I don't know if you can.
I can't. Sad. Oh well. It was worth a shot.
Exactly.
Oh, goodness. Whoopsies.
This is okay.
There we are.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Olivier, please, tell me about yourself. I know we only had a short conversation, but that short conversation, I took to heart. The idea of not really having sincere conversations with many people really put a lot into perspective, and I wish to start forming relationships with more sincere conversations.
I think that's a very smart thing to do. Well, I guess what I can. I don't want to bore you with a long story, so I suppose I will keep it brief. With the understanding that, I am still, for the most part, my memories are all good. There are things that I sometimes am missing some details on, but I can let you know about the things I do know for sure. I know that I grew up in a small village in the end somewhere. Both my parents were involved in the military, and so from a very young age, I did not
Had to do a chat.
because they were all gone, and so I had a nanny who took care of me for a while, that I studied with. And then when I turned the age appropriate to joining the military, I was enlisted per Endarian regulations. And since then, I was involved in the war efforts against the goblins. Until only about a little while before, I believe, you were coronated. And then since then, I've been in the end. I have a nice home. It's been very good. And currently, I am trying, thanks to some inspiration from Ophelia and her helping me. I am looking to potentially become the next apothecarian for the end.
Oh, really?
Yes. No, it is a very recent development, but Lady Rowena was telling me that there are jobs available, and I know my mother was a healer, so then I was like, oh, perhaps I can do something with that. I also really like animals and,
Oh, I
medicine
should
and
tell
stuff.
you, Helia is also a quite talented potion maker.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yes, she
Continue
is
to add.
the high priestess of the overworld, so not necessarily our apothecarian, but she takes it upon herself to create all the fire resistance potions. I suppose it
Ah,
is one
I
of her
see.
responsibilities, but you know.
That is very understandable. Also, I assume you meant high priestess of the Nether and not the overworld, correct?
I did. You know,
That also went past me as well. It's been quite a long day.
No,
such a long day.
I just wanted to confirm because I know every detail, and so it is not as an accusation. It is not. I wanted to confirm that that's what you meant to say.
Yes.
Good. Okay. But that's good. Good for her. I did not realize she was so good at it. I'll have to hit her up for some potions sometime.
Indeed, she is quite talented.
I have
Speaking
to
of-
agree.
It's good to hear that you were raised by tutors. I had a similar experience, and I know Lorynthia did as well.
Yeah, no, it's it's hard to explain, but I feel like with both of my parents involved in the military, and my father being someone who liked strategy, it is sort of something that just kind of happened, you know. I learned under her. Not that much of it stuck with me anyway. I did not care for books very much. I prefer, you know, oral learning, and so, you know, books tend to bear me a little bit. But yes, no, I learned a lot under my tutor.
I see. I think I have the opposite. I found myself being lost in books, especially while growing up. It felt like the only escape from the routine of life. You have your rest, and then you get up, and then you have to study etiquette and study economics and all of these other things to rule and be high lady. But books were a clean slate. They weren't about me. It was about some other heroine. Just somebody else's life. Somebody that I could get to know and not think about my own troubles for once.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
It's interesting to know. I think reading is certainly not a bad thing. I think it is very good. I think I just, you know, with my aspirations, always wanted to go and do things. I wanted to be involved, and reading, you know, was certainly. It is okay. I think it is more just, you know, why read a book, in my opinion, at least. And this is not my thinking for other people, but for myself. Why would I want to read something when I could simply go out and experience it and learn it for myself? But I also had a very different style of living. You know, I was not required to be locked away. I wanted to go and be elsewhere because I was alone at home. And so if I was alone, then I wouldn't get to do things. And so I wanted to be around and talking to people and socializing. So being in books was not my favorite thing. But I'm glad it was something good for you.
I am also glad for you. I think it is very commendable to just go out and experience it yourself. I wish I had the opportunities to do such a thing, and I think I could now if I so wished.
Almost certainly. There's so much. There's so many things here. I mean, the one time when you gave me a tour of the Nether, I was really intrigued by everything that you have here. I mean, the natural landscapes, the creatures. I mean, they can be very dangerous, but
And quite
you know,
scary.
yes, that is true. Which, by the way, I'm not sure if you remember this, because you reminded me of it when you were doing that weird thing with the wizards earlier, and it startled me quite a lot, because I remember, at least for part of the war, people would use wizards as a means of alerting people when there was an attack coming, because everyone could hear it from very far away. And so, I don't know if you remember that at all, or not, or if that was simply something that was used in my unit.
We used it from time to time, but frankly, at a certain point, we realized that the goblins knew and would sometimes faint, so eventually we just started summoning withers to spook the goblins at erratic times. I remember there was one time, my unit specifically, we summoned 20 withers at once, and we didn't even fight them. We just let them go. Probably not very responsible of us, but it was 10,000 meters out, your radiance. I'm sure they'll never be back.
Are they still out there somewhere?
They could be. You never know.
Do the wizards not eventually despawn and decay?
I guess I don't know. They floated away, not toward the city, so we simply didn't care.
Well, so that means at least hopefully they are on the, I mean, not for your sake, but in the Nether, at least they are contained, I suppose, because there's no way out of here except through portals.
Oh, they're certainly not going through any portals anywhere.
No, but I believe that they can be summoned outside of the Nether.
They can indeed.
That is true. We have to have the resources for it, I believe. Which is not something people readily have available, at least to my knowledge. I assume this is a resource that you will keep very close eye on here in the Nether, though, with how powerful it is.
I am not quite sure. That would probably be a question for the Master of Coin or the Captain. I know we do not have restrictions on wither skulls, but soul sand is quite precious to us, at least to banshees.
Indeed.
Yes,
the soul sand valleys are where we came from.
That is true. No, that is very understandable. But then how does that sorry, I'm asking the questions of everything. So then how does it work with your constitution? You know, because if for you those places are so precious, then is it not at all does it evoke anything for you when you create wizards from
It does. It's a weird feeling, to be honest, because I feel a sort of kinship with the undead of the world. They do not attack me, nor do they wish me harm, but I know that they wish harm on others around me, so I kill them anyway. But wither skeletons, even withers themselves, don't always attack banshees. And summoning them, it combines the skull of a wither skeleton with the souls trapped in the sand, gives it life. So it does feel a little weird, like I'm giving away some of my kin to be slaughtered. But it is not a feeling I am unfamiliar to. So
I get that. No,
we do what we must.
Because living in the end, there are many endermen everywhere. Like they are prolific as it were. But sort of something that is interesting because, as you probably have noticed at this point, a lot of voidlings wear blindfolds around their faces.
Yes.
And part of this is because of the sensitivity to the sun. But I personally believe it is because we are very similar to the Endermen because they do not like being looked at by people. And so I sometimes wonder perhaps if the tradition of wearing blindfolds is because we were once Endermen. I don't know if that's true or not. But, I feel like it is something I thought is very interesting.
Evolution happens, so I would assume that could be a possible case.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not like it's a fact or something, but it is a theory that I've come up with in my own head of, what? Because why on earth would they, why do not Endermen like talking or looking at people? It still is strange to me. So I wonder sometimes if it is a tradition from bygone era that I don't know about.
Could be.
Yes. I know for Fireys, we are born from flame. Oh,
Right, yes.
but
Sorry about that.
it is
Okay.
more so legend and myth that states that we are. I personally was not born from a flame, but the Hellryn
Nor
line.
was I from Soul Sand.
Yes.
Dear knowledge
Not physically,
beast.
at least.
But evolution, like I said, perhaps that has a bigger part than we realize.
No, exactly.
Indeed.
Also, here is another tea that we have at the Hellhole if you so wish to try.
Ooh,
Thank you, Your Radiance.
the cat and
Ooh.
eel elixir.
Yes.
This looks very nice.
Can't see what that stands for. What does K and E stand for?
You know, I'm not quite sure. I should probably ask Enya at some point.
I could go look at the menu if you'd like.
If you
Also,
want to,
I
can.
have to missive someone back. Sorry.
No
Oh,
worries.
quite popular, huh, Rixaris?
He is. I feel like every time.
It's regarding Master of Coin business.
Oh,
Oh,
I
I
see.
see.
I have to meet Fiori at the Waystone. Will that be all right?
Yes, that is quite
Of
fine.
course, no
I
worries.
will only be gone a moment.
Okay. He is very popular, I've noticed. He talks to a lot of people,
He does.
which is good. He used to be very. I think I mentioned this before at the sleepover. He used to sit in the corner all the time, standing brooding a lot. He was not very sociable, so it's nice that he has so many friends.
Yes, I am glad. I remember growing up with him, and the way that he acts now reminds me of how he did in childhood.
That's good. Perhaps he is reconnecting with, in some ways, the person he once was before the war. Stripped him of a lot.
Yes. I can only imagine the horrors that you both saw in the war.
Yeah. No, it was. I don't know. I think in some ways, you get a bit numb to the things that are happening because you have to. There are many, thoughts you have to hold to yourself so that way they do not overtake you. But I think for me, there's
Welcome
there
back.
are welcome back. There are very few things that would keep me from wanting to ensure the safety of my home and of my family. And so, even though it was the war, obviously, was a lot of turmoil and death and other things, I would, I know it sounds very morbid to say, but I would gladly take all those lives in order to make sure that the life that I had would be maintained and that my parents would be alive and, that the end would be protected and that all our people would be able to stay protected.
You have to do what you have to do.
Exactly. No, if there's one thing I care most about is being loyal to those that I care about and to the causes I hold dear.
I am glad. That makes for a very strong person.
Well, thank you.
Of course. So, you don't enjoy books. You enjoy going out on adventures. Do you... Trying to think. The only other hobbies that I can think of that I enjoy are sewing and baking. Do you do either of those?
I guess I technically do a bit of sewing. I have, like I said before, I had the silk moths that produce silk for me all the time.
Yes!
Which is so fun. And then with their silk, I can make wool, which is then I put together to make certain things. Like what I wore to your ball was an outfit that I designed myself. So I made the whole thing.
Oh, wow. I am very impressed. I had no idea that you can make wool out of the silk. That might have saved me a lot of time when making curtains.
No, it's so nice because you turn the silk into string, and then you turn the string into wool, and then you can do all sorts of things with it. So
Oh.
it is it's very nice. I didn't do it much growing up, but one of the many skills I wanted to make sure that I learned was how to be good with my hands at home, because I wanted to ensure that I'd have the appropriate skills needed to take care of people if needed.
Understandable. If you...
And admirable, I would say.
Yes, very so.
Thank you.
Well, if you can see the building with the red roof over there,
Yes,
that
the one
is...
with the leaves on top.
Yes, that one. That is my... It is my kitchen outside of the fortress, basically. I
okay.
have... The fortress castle kitchen is, it's very good, don't get me wrong. But my lady-in-waiting has all of her things in there, and I do not wish to add more or move anything. I am quite particular about my organization, as I would assume others may be. So I built a building, created a kitchen, and put in chairs and tables if people wish to taste any of the food that I decide to bake on a whim.
Oh, that's really interesting. I mean, do you have a place where you can be able to express yourself, but then that you are willing to invite people into that? That's quite nice.
I am very lucky to be able to have time like this. I am very glad to not have the position of Master of Coin anymore. Actually, I'm not sure. Are you aware that Fiore has become a dual citizen?
Oh no, I did not know that.
Yes, she
that's
has
quite cool.
become our Master of Coin.
Wow, that's quite exceptional. I know she is she's the person in charge of the Adventurers Guild, yes?
Yes.
Yes, indeed. In fact, I just met with her at the Adventurers Guild in the Nether to hand over a beacon to trade with Miss Rowena Graves.
Oh, I see. Okay, interesting. This is a very strange line of things, but I guess it's if she is the Master of Coin, she'd be the person in charge of trade for your entire kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Indeed.
that makes sense. That's really neat. I'm glad that the Nether is so open to having other people who want Nazarian wanting positions in the kingdom. I've never heard of that before.
Neither have we. Our long history in the Nether does not have anything written such as that. And
No.
with a new High Lady, there are bound to be many changes.
Indeed.
That is
You
fair.
know, speaking of reading, you spoke of it earlier, your Radiance. I enjoy, fiction and fantasy, and I read quite a bit of it myself, but speaking of new things, history comes to mind, and that is something that I did a lot of reading as a child. Didn't you, your Radiance?
I did.
The Nether once had a golden age, if you will, Olivier, and it was nice, although there were still no dual citizens then.
No,
There
it was,
was-
the fungal mages were given full rights.
Oh, I see. So they were not given that prior to the Golden Age.
No.
Oh. Well then, I suppose that is a very good thing that they now have the ability to do what they do now.
Yes, and my heir is now a fungal mage. Something that
Right.
I don't think any past High Lady or any royal official would have ever dreamed being possible.
No, and I've not gotten to know Kyron very much. The only time I think I've seen them much has been hanging out at Ophelia's house. I'm there sometimes and they pop by. but they seem to be quite capable, or at least, they have a very good sense of themselves, I think.
Yes, I am quite proud of Kyron. We did not always get along, or I guess perhaps the word is we just never really saw one another growing up. My mother was very keen on keeping us apart. She did not want anyone to get in the way of my training. And I wish that I could have defied her, because I do feel guilty about it. But I am glad that Kyron and I seem very close. I hope we are very close. I feel that we are close.
No, that is a good thing. Family is a very precious thing.
Yes.
Not to be taken for granted by any means.
Do you have any siblings?
No. Unfortunately, I was a single child. I had my two parents, my mother, my father, who I am named after, by the way. My father's name was Olivier as well.
Oh.
But no, there was a main family that I had, so I have not had the sake of a sibling. Probably the closest I would have ever had. Well, I guess, I don't know, I feel like it's a very strong word to say sibling. I probably have the most banter when it comes to things with Skylar. I'm not sure if you're familiar with him.
I am. I believe that they are Mayron's tutor.
Yes, he is in charge of the entire Spellbound Order. But I did not know him growing up, but I got to know him a lot during the war. And I think the one thing that is interesting that bonded us the most is how much we did not get along at all.
Shoot, not again.
But interestingly enough, the fact that we did not get along is what has made me so attached to him in some ways, because he was someone I would expect to tell me the opposite of what I was feeling, which I have a lot of respect for.
Yes.
I have to say, Skylar is the reason that Lord Willowbeak is having issues right now. Or at least as I understand it.
Oh? But they were kidnapped. That wasn't have anything to do with Skylar. Or was there something I didn't know?
Skylar apparently was too hasty in his attempt to remove a curse. I don't know all the details, but something has been done to Paige, Lord Willowbeak, and I don't know.
Is it the thing that the High Vessel talked about earlier?
I believe that may have been part of it. It's a lot of magical stuff that I can't claim to understand.
Interesting.
They kind of just are speaking gibberish whenever they speak to me about that stuff. I know a bit of fire magic. That's about it. I'm capable of using the vampiric teachings and unholy tome. But I wouldn't say I'm proficient at all.
It now requires a lot of time and investment to be potent with those skills. Some things that Skylar prides himself on, but knowing a lot about magic and how it works inside and out.
I suppose curses are a different beast, are they not?
I guess so. He used to have, he was telling me about this the other day, but he used to have this pair of glasses that he would use to help him with interpreting things. But he's been without it for a little while. No, but this is interesting. It's interesting that you said the Paige is not doing well. She was messaging me earlier, talking to me about things. Like even she just, well, yeah, talking right now, she messaged me saying that she's working on her builds. Yes. Quite a few times, actually.
Wait, are you serious?
Yes, no. I mean, even a few minutes ago, she said that she was working on her builds, and if I became available to talk with her, then to let her know. But, there's nothing urgent to go to, so. But she was, talking with me earlier.
I see. Well, do be a good friend to her, I suppose.
Well,
She
why would
needs
it
them
not
right
be?
now, according to Skylar.
Oh, well, I'm sure you would know a lot. Because I know she counts you as one of her close friends.
Not recently.
Oh. Did you have a falling out or something?
No, we didn't. I suppose she has just been closing herself off more.
Oh.
That's why I am surprised to see you receiving so many missives.
Well, unfortunately, I did not know that so much was going on. Like I said earlier, I don't know what it is. But I woke up this morning and I was inside of limbo, and I assumed that the sleepover was yesterday, and apparently it was last week. So it is. I don't know. I think time is easy to get away from us, and you never want to. You don't want to make any choices that you would regret. But at the same time, if you never make any choices, then you'll never go anywhere, you know? And so, living my day every day, you know, with the intention of just doing what I need to do. But I don't want to regret anything, which I assume would be similar, hopefully, for you two, about your lives too. You know, you being High Lady and you being the captain of the guild.
Oh, I have many regrets. How about you, Lorynthia?
I think everyone has a few regrets in their life. You grow from them. However, I do wish to try not to make any more.
I think that is reasonable.
I think once you hit a certain point, you can tell for yourself which actions will be regrettable. I fear if you can't, then you may need to work on your pattern recognition.
That is true. No, you definitely... You don't want to make a decision and know you're going to regret. So I know there... well, I guess this is a bit... Well, no. There are times when I know I've had to make decisions that I knew I would personally regret, but that I knew I needed to make. Which is a... I know a weird contradiction to say, but... you know, especially, you know, to go back to the well you were talking about earlier, you know, you sometimes had to make a call. You know, I know there are a number of times when, you know, I probably wish that I had stayed closer to my family and that we hadn't gotten split apart. But at the same time, I know that whatever I did hopefully to protect the end. I mean, it worked. Whatever happened with the princesses and all that before, you know, they managed to quell everything. So it means that our efforts weren't in vain. And so even though I am filled with regrets that I have no idea where my parents are or what they are doing, you know, they're hopefully out there somewhere. I also know that if I were with them, I would not be here. So it is, you know, I don't want to allow regret to keep me from making choices that I know are important.
Very wise words, truly.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, I've been stewing on a decision, and hearing that makes me realize I need to think about it even more. I want to make sure that I do not regret this decision.
I guess it is fair. So in some ways, I think what I guess what I meant to say is, regret is, I feel like I'm bringing this conversation down. No, but
it is quite insightful.
It's inevitable, you know? You can never make everyone happy. You have to make a choice that you know works for you, but sometimes you have no choice but to make a decision that you know will not sit well with you, you know?
No, I agree. I think that if you live life without regrets, you are being careless, you are being selfish. I think that sometimes you will be put into positions where you have to have regrets.
well,
as you said, you can't make everyone happy, and if there are people you care about in your life, they won't always agree. Not just with your own decisions, but the decisions of others that you care about. And eventually you will have to make a decision that puts maybe yourself, maybe your loved one, perhaps two of your loved ones, at odds. And of course you will have regrets, but no matter what, those regrets are worth having, because otherwise you will know that you hadn't made a decision at all.
exactly.
Hmm.
But I also respect where you're coming from. I think it is very wise of you to not want to make a decision that does not sit well with your heart, especially when, you know, there are so many routes to take. So I think it is different for you coming from a stance of loyalty, because you have a lot to consider, and I think it is good that you're thinking about yourself to an extent, because not every ruler, well, some rulers do it too much, others do not do it enough. I've been only hearing great things about you and the things that you are doing with the Nether, so I think it is okay that you want to find some space for yourself to make decisions that you want to make.
Well, thank you. It flatters me to hear that you have such a high opinion of me.
Well, your people have a high opinion of you too. You know, I hear good things from Xaros, I've heard good things from Helia. You know, the fact that your people are so often everywhere. I feel like, you know, in the past, you know, Netherians were here. I mean, I remember during the war, no one from the Nether really left, you know?
Yes.
And so we would come and we could leave, but your people could not. And so the fact that they are able to go out and talk and make friendships. Like I saw Raina in the end, randomly as I was walking around, and she was just there, and I was like, oh, hello, and she's like, hi. And that would never have happened. So I know that your people appreciate you based on the fact that they can act so free in a time when you are reigning.
I am glad I can give that to them. Flame knows they deserve it. Well, this has been truly an insightful conversation, Olivier. I think we should have conversations like this more often.
No, I would like that. You know, it's interesting. I've not gotten to know the Endarian royalty very well. They have all their relationships and things to consider. You know, I talk with some of the members from the court, from the other worlds, but they are also busy. So I think the fact that you are even willing to make time to talk with me is very special. It's something that I will count close to my heart.
I will as well. I thank you for not just seeing the crown and being too afraid to approach.
You are a person, just like all the rest of us. And you have your own duties to fulfill. But if people do not see you as a person, then you will start to not see yourself as one. And I can only imagine this is what caused so many of the rulers before you to fall into a trap of feeling lonely or unable to do much, because, you know, people are people. We make decisions that are good and bad. And we have to know that we are human. Well, not human, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Those villagers are just humans. We are the ones that have gone
That we are
past
still
their-
people.
Yes.
Yes.
No. So thank you.
Yes. Well, the pleasure truly is all mine. I enjoy speaking with you, Olivier. Truly. You give me lots to think about, a new perspective to think about.
Well, that is a surprise to me. I feel like most of the time people leave conversations with me wondering why on earth did I talk to this man. So,
Well, I am thankful to have conversations with you. Truly.
oh good. Then we will have to continue this if it is something that you wish.
Yes, I would love to. Perhaps we can meet in the end next time.
You know, it'd be fun. I have a very nice place at my house we could sit at. It's got a nice dining table with a little outlook at the entire void.
Oh,
I've spent a lot of time working on it.
I would be delighted to see it.
Wonderful. Well, then next time, whenever you wish, just let me know and I will make time.
Well, I will hold you to it then.
Indeed. And besides, I'm sure if I don't get my butt activated, then Sartless will come by and he will get me to go where I need to be. So. Which, by the way, I need to hang out with you more as well, my friend.
Oh well, personally, I enjoyed this this tea. It was very nice to see you, and thank you, High Lady, for including me.
Of course, it was just a friendly conversation.
Anyway, I would also love to see you again, Olivier.
Good.
I fear I have many friends who I am neglecting, unfortunately. It's hard to make time, isn't it? With all the things going on.
Indeed. No, and it is a very tricky thing. But, if you ever need an escort in the end, well, I'm happy to accommodate for either of you.
Well, thank you.
Certainly reach out.
Indeed.
Well, I'll escort you back to the Waystone then,
Okay.
unless you plan to continue your adventure in the Nether.
I don't think I have any reason to. I mean, if Helia were around, perhaps I'd say hi to her quickly, but otherwise, I don't want to, overstay here too much. It's a very pretty place, but I do not want to go unescorted at all. I don't know the terrain well enough.
I completely
Have you
understand.
met our latest returning citizen, Athena?
No, I have not met her, no.
She was around earlier with Lucette, the flower spirit. Let me see who else was
I
around.
saw her, you said, in the other room. She was building a tower in the middle of some. Where's the castle?
Looks
yes?
like Lucette, Kyanite, Arlo. Yeah, just them.
Oh.
And Athena is escorting them.
Oh, I see.
Escorting. Goodness.
Well, perhaps one day I'll have to see them. Oh, that reminds me as well. Have either of you been invited to the festival that's happening in the end? I think it is this
Yes.
weekend.
Yes, it is
The Star
the
Festival.
4th, I
Yes.
believe.
No, exactly. I'm actually very excited because, Star Festival on May the 1st.
Oh, I
Ah,
understand.
yes.
I am very excited about
May
that.
the 4th be with you.
Exactly. One of my favorite fairy tales.
I understand. I have read that one.
It's quite lovely.
Zephyrs. I like that one because it had a lot of action in it. The one part I did not like though was the part of the siblings kissing. That was weird. But everything else I really liked.
I understand. Yes.
Oh, Olivier, you're a funny guy, man.
But
You're a funny guy.
those are the things you stand up to you, It was the princess and then the homeboy, but then they were both siblings, and it's like, why did they reveal that? That was so weird. It's so.
No, I completely understand. I
It
have
was
no
awesome for me.
siblings, but if I did, I'm sure I wouldn't want
Oh.
to kiss them.
Yeah, no, I could not imagine kissing Chiron. And
Oh, that would be
Chiron's not
very-
even
You know,
blood related to
actually-
me.
Yeah, thinking about that, Chiron's not my sibling even, but I feel that I have spent enough time with them that, it's like,
It's just something you don't cross.
yeah,
No, exactly. It's not a good line.
it's a barrier,
Yes.
a hard
Now
and
I am
fast
faulting
barrier.
one. No,
Oh.
exactly.
There is still one more that I forgot to give you, so please take
Oh.
that on the road.
Thank you. I shall. Oh, the
Oh, that's
flames
my
highlighted.
favorite, personally. Is that the chai?
Yes, would you like one? There you are.
Oh, yes,
So
thank you
good.
so much.
Of course.
Well, I appreciate all the many drinks. They are very tasty. It was just nice to have conversation. I enjoyed it.
Same. I enjoyed
did.
myself very, very much so.
Wonderful. Well, then I suppose I will see you both at the Star Festival. I'm going to be running a booth, so you can see me there.
Yes.
I look forward to it.
Yes, I think it'll be very fun. And then, yeah,
Are you
it'll be
doing
good.
anything at the booth?
I'm
allowed to
trying.
know?
I'm trying to remember what I'm doing. If I'm being fair, let me actually hold on. Let me check my book. And it'll probably say because I talked to Mayron about it during the sleepover, and she was like, "You can do this booth," and I was like, "Okay." It was.
Can you imagine it's a kissing booth?
Kissing? No. I am to run a Chuck's stand. So like little collectibles. So like figures, plushies.
Oh,
These are sorts of things.
that sounds fun.
That
I,
is very
I hope you have
fun.
some good ones.
I hope so too. I need to make some, but apparently I have a lot less time than I thought because, well, yeah, I've only got how many more days left until the weekend?
3.
Well, what plushies are you making? Let me know if you need any help with resource gathering. I'd be happy to.
Yeah, I don't
you
know.
know,
I guess I have a lot
maybe
of
that's
options
how we hang
available
out.
to me. I suppose so. I mean, I know making some Endarian themed ones might be not a bad plan. I just need to do a bit more research into this thing.
I'm not sure if there are plushies that symbolize it's the Star Festival has to do with the zodiac stars in the sky,
Yes,
correct?
that is correct. Oh, that's actually a very good idea. Making plushies that are based on the different signs.
Yes.
That is. I had not thought of that. I think that's a good marketing tactic.
Well, I am very good at that.
Well, I appreciate the idea. I will take it, and I will, since you gave it to me, if there's a plushie that you like at the festival, you will get it for free.
Well, you
Oh,
flatter
that's
me. Thank
adorable.
you.
Well, of course, you gave me the idea, and so I would not want to repay you in any other way, unless you would prefer emeralds. So I don't think you have to worry about that much.
A plushie will be fine.
Okay, wonderful. Then I will make sure that you get one. Wonderful. All right, well then I will see you at the festival.
Yes, see you then. I cannot wait.
Perfect. Wonderful. Then have a good evening. with
You as well.
You too.
Talk more soon.
For a soldier, he is quite insightful.
Indeed, he certainly is different from how he used to be, if I'm honest.
The overarching thing I understand for people who were in the war is that it seems you must put on this mask. You must build up your walls around you so you can be in the hell that is war. And, I mean, Maxaris, you're doing the same as well. You're
Indeed.
acting more as you did when we were younger. And while you were gone, Olivier did mention how much you've changed. How you were more of a silent, brooding type. And I won't lie and say that you still aren't that. I think that you can be, but I think you're starting to melt those walls.
I hope so.
Well, I guess I've got a lot to think about. Well, I do not know if you are going to retire, but I am going to head back to my quarters and retire.
Understandable. Sleep well, Your Radiance.
You as well. Olivier is quite insightful. And once again, I find their words ringing in my ear. More specifically, in terms of regret. I think before I say or do anything, I need to sleep on this. Seems I have mail. Pen pals. Well, I will get to that next time. But for now, I need to sleep, or at least rest. I don't really need to sleep, but I just need to just chill. Well, I think after the Star Festival, I will make plans to get everything in order so I can go to my family home. Maybe I'll take my rest there and think about the decision to marry the High Vessel. But until then, time to close my eyes. Okay, everyone, that was it. Hope you guys enjoyed. A little bit of a long one. Well, not actually a super long one, just 3 hours. But the Star Festival on Saturday is gonna be crazy. We're gonna be crazy. There's gonna be... I think I'm going to be streaming for a really long time on Saturday because we have the meeting, I believe, at 3 p.m. EST. And then I don't think the Star Festival is until like 8 or 7. I don't remember exactly when. But it's gonna be a long stream. So I hope you guys are ready. Hope you guys are buckled in. Goodness. All right. Well, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys on Saturday. Bye.